it's just
into
art.
another color.
Yeah, gradient.
An ombre.
An ombre? I thought it is ombre.
Ombre.
You wouldn't say a purple, you know, like...
A purple?
No, you wouldn't. What?
There is a purple.
Why are you doing this right now? Listen, I'm just saying, if it's a singular purple, it's a purple.
Welcome back to Barely Bearable Besties. I'm Bianca.
I'm Thomas. Yay, we did it!
We did it. We did it. This has been a mess.
Yeah, so that was Bianca's first intro. I figured that you guys were getting a little bored of me. A little hurtful, not gonna lie. You guys need to be a little less. You guys need to be a little less honest in the comments. I'm gonna be real, but but we figured you guys would be getting a little bored of me, so we wanted to add some some Bianca spice into the mix of her doing the intro.
And how long did that take?
We have been trying to record the intro for the past 30 minutes.
Jeez.
But it's fine. We did it, and we're here.
Well, and we did already successfully do an intro and a whole beginning.
But we found the mic wasn't plugged in.
The mic was not plugged in. So this is take 47 and a half.
40,
the last
40,
one was half.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. 47 and a half. I thought it said 48. So 48 and a half.
48 and a half,
So
sorry.
48 and a half. Take 48 and a half. Go.
But welcome back. We are here.
We're here.
What are we doing
We're also recording it on a different day than normal, which is again. Are we gonna do it Tuesday this week?
I can probably do Tuesday.
Okay, good. So we typically record on a Tuesday night. It is Thursday night.
But this week I had like 4 or 5 exams, and it was.
That's what she said, but like I don't.
It was a long week.
I don't believe her. I think you're lying.
No, I had a biology exam. Don't talk to me like that.
So I'm just saying I had exams too, but I was able to make the time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I actually did not have exams this week.
No, it's really weird though, because midterms were technically last week, so I don't know why all my exams were this week.
I really have no idea how it works either.
Oh well.
I just know that I needed to turn something in recently and didn't. Not you've actually just reminded me of that, so thank you so much.
We'll do it after.
Maybe. So, you guys on our Instagram, Barely Barrel Besties on Instagram, we asked you guys what your favorite Disney and Pixar movies were, and you guys gave it to us.
Yeah.
And so we were gonna take a look at them. We were gonna shout you guys out. So surprise. But we're gonna shout you guys out in the podcast, so you guys are about to be famous. So I'm actually seeing a lot of movies that I have never heard before either, which I think is really great. I want
to say too, though, one of the reasons we're doing movies and Disney stuff again is because we had so much to say last week that like we didn't have time for everything.
We literally cut it short. Like there's some point in the episode where we just say, okay, let's finish this next week.
Yeah,
because we had been talking for an hour.
So technically, welcome back to part 2.
Yeah, part two of the Muppets Disney one.
Well,
the title was the Muppets.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. I should have put up a Muppets quiz.
Dang it.
Next time.
Yeah, next week is the Muppets quiz. It's the Muppets episode. We will dedicate an entire episode to the Muppets.
Every week we're sponsored by the Muppets and Velveeta.
Aren't the Muppets owned by Disney?
Are we sponsored by Disney? That's a whole different thing.
No, we are not.
I don't think
we are not going to be sponsored by Disney.
Just the Muppets.
Velveeta is probably owned by Disney though.
Everything is.
So
all right, what we got?
Our first, I was about to say contestant.
Our first contestant number 1.
Our first friend, our first acquaintance. We could just call them the acquaintances.
No.
Like we're the besties, but they're the
acquaintances.
What's a cool name for an acquaintance? Like an I was about to say aqua or acquainty. No, we're not doing that.
No, we're still working on it.
We're still working on a name. We haven't found any that we're particularly happy with.
We've had a couple of that were funny, but like
they were funny, but like only funny for a little bit.
Yeah, not like weekly.
Funny. But our first friend, Grace. Shout out to Grace.
Grace, I love you.
Lilo and Stitch or Turning Red. And that was one of the movies we had talked about last week. It's a movie that neither of us has watched. We don't have any particular interest in watching, but we think it's cute.
I want to see it.
And we like the idea of it.
Yeah. But Lilo and Stitch, I just want to say, I don't know how much we've like talked about us on the podcast. I don't know if we've mentioned that I lived in Hawaii.
Yes. No, because we're talking about wrestling.
Oh, right. So one of the main decision factors in me moving to Hawaii was like, oh my gosh, Lilo and Stitch!
Man, they made Hawaii into the real thing.
Like, I was so excited. And everything I owned was Stitch related that year. Every stuffed animal, like just clothes stitched. I had Stitch stickers. Everything was stitched because
you were in Hawaii. That's great actually. Yeah.
And I've been in Grace's car and she has Stitch stickers all over the dashboard and it's so cool.
That's great.
So what do you like Lilo and Stitch?
I don't remember it that well.
Really?
I remember watching it in high school because it was like a day like we didn't have anything to do, so we just watched that. And I remember thinking, "Oh, this is fine," but I wasn't paying that much attention to it. You know, I remember liking it as a kid. That's kind of all. When's the last time you've been to Disney World?
Disney World?
World in Orlando, yes.
Last summer.
Okay, I haven't been since like third grade. I went with my friend
Ev. Shout out.
But
I don't know why I'm shouting out today.
Yeah, no, she doesn't sponsor us. Don't shout her out. Is that none of these guys sponsor us? What are we doing? Velveeta though, no. We missed them last week and they were very angry with us. Yeah. I just want to make sure that we got making it up. Make it up to them. We'll talk about you guys later on in the episode as well. Did you ever go on the Lilo and Stitch ride? I don't remember if it's still there, but there was a ride there, and it was my least favorite ride. It was like when you're in that little capsule. And
I love it. Wait,
really? I hated it.
No, capsule. I don't know.
You're in something. You're sitting down, and it's like, oh, Stitch is here, and then like the thing spray at you.
The 5D one, yeah.
Yeah, and I hated it.
5D.
I don't like 5D.
Do you remember when that was a thing?
Yeah, and we were like, and then we all decided that 5D's dumb gimmick. Like it can work, but I've never really liked it.
Yeah, no, because Stitch like farts or something, and then they like put a smell throughout the audience, and you're like, ew. No, I loved that.
Well, no, I remember when I was there, it was like, oh, he like sneezed or something, and then like does something on your back, and then he like, oh, he's there, and then like a little something just hits you in the back. Oh,
I was thinking by your feet, it like runs.
Something like that, yeah. But I remember disliking it as a kid.
That's okay.
But of course, I've only been to Disney World once, and that was I was a kid, so I was like, oh, this is. Whatever. But
Lilo and Stitch is one of those movies. I know I say this a lot, and I'm probably gonna say it a lot, but it makes me cry every time.
Really? That
yes.
Movie?
It's so sweet. Are you kidding? Like at the end, Ohana means family. Thomas. What does family mean?
Ohana.
Nobody gets left.
Nobody gets left behind. Okay.
Or forgotten.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's a beautiful movie, and like the story of the sisters is so wonderful, Lilo and Nani.
Yes.
And like, okay, in the end, there's like a whole thing where aliens like have a thing for rules.
Okay.
They like rules and they like laws, and so Lilo is like, oh no, I own Stitch. I bought him at the shelter or whatever, and she's like, well, can't argue with that. You get to keep him.
Slavery is legal in alien society.
Because no, he's a dog. He's not a dog, but like he...
Is he a dog in the alien society too?
No, but she adopts him because
I do remember that.
To be a dog.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, I'm going to be honest, Lilo, kind of stupid. I'll be really honest with you. I'm surprised that I'm sure, I don't remember the movie that well, but like, hey, look, I brought a dog, and it's this weird blue thing.
Well, he sucks his arms and stuff back in, and his antennas back in. So.
Yeah, but I still would be like, hey, question.
Dog-esque.
Blue?
Blue.
Blue.
Wait, I was just showing you that, what is it, Progressive commercial where they're trying to not be like their parents.
Yes.
And the guy with the blue hair walks by, blue. Blue.
That's a great commercial. That is a funny commercial. If you look it up, I don't know what it's called.
It's Progressive.
Like progressive commercial about just like trying not to be like your parents. And it's a person with blue hair walks by, and then the coach is like, we all see it. You don't need to comment. We all see it. And he's just like,
blue.
Blue. It's pretty great. So,
Lilo and Stitch. Fantastic.
I wrote, and we talked about it enough last week, I think, but I wrote my two favorite are Moana and Monsters, Inc.
But since you brought up the Disney World thing, for Lilo and Stitch, there's also one for Monsters, Inc. The Laugh Factory.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's not a 5D thing, but it's so funny.
Thank God.
and one thing they do is, they pick that guy in the audience, and it's like, I'm so happy you're here, except for that guy.
Right.
And then throughout the whole night, they come back to that guy. And every single time we've been to Disney World, my dad has been chosen as that guy. My dad is that guy eternally.
I think that they have like a system for it, because your dad doesn't like just his resting face is not like smiley, and it's like, oh, that guy, we can pick him. Shouting shout out to you.
Okay. All right.
I'm just saying I would pick him too. Because like, oh, this guy looks like he looks like he would be. He looks like he'd be annoyed by my jokes.
No, he's funny. No, my dad's not annoyed annoyed by it. He's excited.
Because I know him, but like, I'm just saying. Also because I think it'd be funny. He's just like, hey, I'd pick you because I think it'd be funny. But,
yeah. Really?
Oh, yeah. No, you have a very that guy face.
I have a that guy face?
Yeah.
I'm that guy.
Yeah, you're that guy.
I'm that guy. Don't be that guy. But be that guy.
Yep. You heard it here. Put that on a t-shirt. Put that on a
Don't be that
sticker.
guy, but be that
Don't
guy.
be that guy, be that guy. Don't be that guy, be that guy.
Okay, shout out.
Shout out. Do you want to do this one?
Yeah, sure. Big shout out to our fan and listener and watcher, I don't know, whatever.
Former boss.
Former boss, Reese. We love you, Reese. And Reese,
Actually, he was my former boss. He was not your former boss, was he?
He's my professor. It's fine.
Well, he was your professor. He was my boss.
Yeah. No, he says Tarzan.
Tarzan.
And Tarzan, well, and Coco, yes. But Tarzan, I think, will forever deserve more love than it gets.
Okay.
I think it is an incredibly done movie. I think everything about it is beautiful. I think it's so quotable and funny. And I mean, the soundtrack. It is one of the most amazing Disney soundtracks.
Okay.
It is so good.
No, for sure. Because I think the thing about it is that it's not a musical. So it's like, okay, you just get to hear it. They get to do more with the soundtrack than like a musical would do, because you don't really have to tell a story, you just have to tell a theme. Right, and I'm so glad you said that, because that is actually one of my things with the movie Brave that I don't like. Because Brave isn't a musical, but I want a soundtrack. I just want a soundtrack so badly. And there is one, but it's not like... Okay, because I don't remember any part of it. It's just kind of there. I'm noticing a significant lack of Brave on this list, because I don't like Brave, you don't like Brave. I like just Merida. I love Merida. Sure. I don't like the movie. Yeah. I don't. Like, that's probably my least favorite Disney movie that I've seen. I'll be shooting from my own hand. It's great. No, I like the idea. I just don't like the execution. Yeah. Because it's like you have the story with her mother too, is like she turns into a bear. Like that's odd. Yeah. And sort of like that's a different. You just change the story to more than. Well, so it's funny. I rewatch movies a lot. Even movies that I didn't like, I try to rewatch, because maybe I'll like them this time, or maybe I'll watch again and be like, oh yeah, this is bad. Sure. So I've seen Brave a couple times, and fairly recently I was rewatching Brave, and I turned it off. Whoa. I didn't finish it. I've never heard you do that before. I didn't finish it. And then I remember it being boring too. Yeah. And then a week later I put it back on, and I like to fall asleep to movies. Mm-hmm. And so I put it back on and thought, oh, I'll watch it and maybe fall asleep. And I turned it off. Wow. And put a different one on. Jeez. It's not that I don't like it. I think you're very much proving that you really dislike this movie. I want to like it. I really do. But Tarzan, for real though, fantastic. And Tarzan has certain movie quotes that are like, you and I have talked about it, but my family, my mom, dad, and I have just a circle of movie quotes that we always say to each other. Sure. That sometimes outside would make no sense. Like if someone else heard the things we say, it's okay, we're quoting a movie. It's a movie reference that we use for something else. And the one specifically from Tarzan is when Turk says to Tarzan's mom, like, oh, what are you gonna name him? She says Tarzan, and he goes, or she, I don't know, but I don't know either. Remember, I think she. Rosie O'Donnell. Is it Rosie O'Donnell? Yes, no, it's Rosie O'Donnell. But she says, it might be a boy. I don't know. She says, okay, is your baby. And and so we say that all the time, to where like what are you gonna order? I'm gonna order this. No, it's your baby. I thought you were saying that to like, you say that to yourself when like you have someone who has a kid and they give them a name. I think we need to be more honest with people about if your kid's name is stupid. For example, no. I was trying to think of one that I've heard that's like bizarre. But I don't want to comment on it. No, but like I heard, like Gwyneth Paltrow's baby, Apple. Yeah, it's a little far out. Okay, but Katy Perry's baby was cute because what is it? Katy Perry married Orlando Bloom, and so they named their baby Daisy Bloom. Well, Daisy's a normal name. No, but that's so cute. Yeah. No, Daisy Bloom. There's different than Apple. Yeah, I know. But it's still an object. There's a weird one. I can't remember. We should do a whole episode on that, just like looking at dumb baby names or dumb. You and I have dumb done that celebrity baby names. Yes, we could just go through that. Is it the app again? So, You want to shout out this one too?
Yes, of course I do. One of my all-time favorites for sure is Coco.
Right.
And so shout out to my grandma who commented Coco. I love you, and I love Coco.
Still haven't seen it.
I know, but we're gonna. It's a plan. It's in the books, and it's actually gonna happen.
It's in the books?
Yes.
You owe me multiple movies now.
I know.
Because you've
made you don't pick movies.
Because I know all the movies I would want to show you, you would hate.
So then pick movies I would like, or it's my turn
I think
again.
our tastes are very different. I just do.
I know.
So
it doesn't have to be a movie I like. I told you I would try.
Yeah, but no, I know you'd try, but like if it's too violent, you're not gonna like it. Or if it's too scary, you're not gonna like it. You would scare you would.
I watched the fingertips.
Yeah, you would close your eyes the entirety of Kill Bill, and that which is one of my favorite movies.
We can watch it. We can try.
No. All right.
But no, I watched Coco on Tuesday night or Thursday night. No, wait, that doesn't make sense. Today's Thursday. I guess
you watched it sometime.
I watched it last night, actually. Maybe.
Okay.
But again, sobbed. I sob. I cry every time.
Yeah.
It's so.
That's why I don't want to watch it with you. I don't want to sit there.
I only cry at the end.
Yeah, I know, but what if I don't cry?
You don't have to cry.
Then you're just gonna be sitting there crying, and I'm just gonna be sitting there.
What's new?
Okay, Sorry. fine. So my mom writes Encanto.
Yes, I love it.
So I got a lot of hate last week because I said Encanto was overrated.
Yeah, you deserved it.
Here's the thing. I stand by that opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think overrated means bad. I think we both agreed that Frozen's overrated.
It's very popular.
Yes, and I don't think it's as good as people made it out to be. Now, I would argue that Frozen is a lot more popular than Encanto. I think if you look at the YouTube view count of Let It Go and the YouTube view count of We Don't Talk About Bruno.
We Don't Talk About Bruno has surpassed it.
Are you sure?
Yes, on like charts and whatever, We Don't Talk About Bruno officially passed Let It Go.
You mean view charts or like the charts? Because that was different.
like music charts. But view
that
charts
doesn't mean...
but view charts, that's not fair.
Why is that not fair?
Because of time.
Yeah,
Let It Go's been out a lot longer.
Yeah, but Let It Go also reached like 1 billion views within the first month. I'm just saying I think that Frozen's more popular than Encanto. I think they're close, but I think Frozen's more popular than Encanto.
I'm fine with this.
But the difference is, and I'm going to hate for this one, I didn't like Frozen, but I liked Encanto.
Yeah.
Sue me? I don't know. Velveeta, don't sue me.
No. And okay,
never.
Since you brought it up, I'll mention it too. I really like Frozen. I like Frozen a lot. I think Kristoff is an adorable, like, love interest sidekick guy. I think he's fantastic. The whole, like, scene when they're in the sled, he's asking her the questions, like, what color are his eyes? Dreamy? Whatever. Like, that's so funny.
Okay.
When Frozen came out, I saw myself in Anna quite a bit.
Sure.
She's goofy and she tries really hard and she wants to make everybody happy, and I was like, I got you.
You're me.
And you know, snow powers are fun, and Olaf is funny and cute.
Sure.
So and the Hans twist got me. The first time I watched it, I was like, oh, Anna, if only there was someone who loved you. What? Like,
I don't remember being... I remember being surprised, but I wasn't like... I was like, oh.
I don't remember where I saw it for the first time. Like, if it was in theaters or what, but I remember gasping.
Mine definitely wasn't. Mine was definitely Redbox. Shout out to Redbox.
It might have been something
like
that.
I think we could very realistically get a sponsor by
Redbox. Let's get sponsored by Redbox. Okay.
So if you guys don't know, Redbox is like a portable DVD renting or CD.
The kids don't know.
Renting service that you might still see in front of like CVS's and maybe like Walmart's and stuff like that.
I don't know how they're still around.
I don't either. I don't have a DVD player.
Yeah, most people don't.
Probably shouldn't be saying that in us begging to be sponsored by Redbox. I mean, listen, I'm just saying Redbox, they can afford to give us like $20.
But we can bring you back. This is what's gonna help.
Exactly.
But
and then we also get sponsored by Netflix at the same time, and then we start a war.
But what I was gonna say is, so big fan of Frozen 1, but I really, really, really don't like Frozen 2. I don't like it.
Okay, I never watched it because I was like,
I don't like it, and it makes me really upset. Specifically, for a lot of reasons, but specifically, I think they ruined Anna's character. I saw myself in the first movie, and in the second movie, they just made her dumb.
Was it like they made her like the dumb lovey, like she's in love with this guy thing, or
No,
I never watched it.
Not quite. I don't know. I just felt I felt like she wasn't. You watch those two movies next to each other. She's not the same character.
Okay.
Her whatever her like core values are, the things that make her her, don't seem to be there anymore.
Okay.
And it makes me sad. I know a lot of people like it. I know this is something I'd get hate for, and I understand. No, like the Frozen 2 thing. Like people really like it.
Please.
Yeah, but they also have a random 80s love ballad in the middle of the movie. Did you know that?
I've never seen it.
Okay, in the middle of the movie, they have Kristoff have a song, which is a great idea because Kristoff is an amazing singer. The guy who voices him, I can't think of his name. Nope. Jonathan, maybe?
No, Jonathan Groff is the...
Yeah.
Is it Jonathan Groff? Oh,
it's Kristoff. Yeah, you're
Josh
right.
Gad. I get them mixed up. Okay.
You got it right. He has a random 80s style pop love song in the middle of Frozen 2 that doesn't make sense. I think it would be really funny if it was like, you know how old movies used to do animated bloopers or animated like bonus scenes? It'd be funny as a bonus scene.
Well, they have another, they have a deleted song that went viral, which I think was the similar scene you're talking about where he like is confessing his love to her. I think it might be the extended cut or something, but like there's a version like that, and I thought it was an okay song. Yeah. But it got deleted too.
But it doesn't make sense in the movie.
Sure.
And then they introduce these like really cool characters, and then bring them up for 1 second, and they're gone.
See you later.
And it's like, what? Why did you do that? And then they also.
We're talking a lot about Frozen.
I'm so sorry. I know.
I have not
seen.
This
is the last thing I'll say, and then we can move on. So Elsa finds out that the reason her parents died...
Spoiler alert for Frozen 2, by the way. For a movie that's probably like 5 years old by now.
The reason her parents died
Frozen's
is her
10
fault.
years old, by the way.
Oh, that's weird.
Wait, what?
Elsa finds out the reason her parents died is her fault. And she watches her parents die and like... Because the whole thing is like water...
My God.
Water has memory, and so like...
What a...
So like she finds this water that holds the memory of her parents dying, watches her parents die, and then is like... She has like a couple second breakdown, and Anna's like, "Oh, Elsa, I'm sorry," and then it's done. They move on. And they continue through the movie.
Man, that sucks.
And I'm like, this deserves more to talk about.
Or don't mention it at all.
Or don't mention it at all.
Because that seems like a weird.
Yeah. So I have a lot of issues with that movie, more than that, but that's some of them. I'm so sorry.
No, okay.
I didn't mean to talk so much.
So, our friend Megan, who is the artist behind our logo. She writes Lilo and Stitch, Mulan, Princess and the Frog, Tangled, and Treasure Planet. So, two things out of the way first. I think we're just. I don't want to.
Yeah, we'll go faster now. Sorry.
Lilo and Stitch we talked about. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. I didn't like Mulan. I just definitively did not like Mulan.
I really like Mulan.
I don't think I finished it actually.
Really?
Different story, but I didn't finish it.
Wow.
Princess and the Frog I don't remember liking either. I remember loving the soundtrack. I don't remember loving the movie that much. I've never seen Treasure Planet. I actually don't know it.
I know why Megan likes Treasure Planet.
Yeah.
Because you know what it looks like? Treasure Planet is a really good movie. It's really sad. But
it looks beautiful.
But this is the main guy.
Okay, so the main guy is just exactly her type.
Yes.
Okay, good. I was just making sure.
Well, I don't know if we didn't want to say that on our show, but well. But I think
she'd be proud of that.
I
think she'd proudly profess
guarantee that. Megan likes that movie a little bit because of that. It's also a beautiful movie.
Yes.
All right, let's go fast. What we got?
All right. Lightyear. I don't know anything about this movie.
I haven't watched it. I keep meaning to watch it.
But that's just interesting. I wasn't expecting Lightyear.
Yeah.
Tangled, we talked about. I love Tangled.
My favorite.
Ratatouille, I remember really liking. Actually, I hated it the first time I watched it.
Really?
And then I watched it on like a bus, and I don't know why that's not important to the story. I watched it on a bus, going to like DC or New York or something like that, and I was like, this is actually really good.
Yeah.
I really like this.
I love Ratatouille. Ratatouille, I don't know how it happened, but it became one of the movies I watch like weekly. Almost weekly.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know what happened.
It's just such a great cast.
It's just a good one to just kind of like have on, like doing homework. But I know I say things like that, which makes it seem like it's a bad or boring movie. That's not what I mean.
Yeah, no, you just do that.
It's just something that's good to have on, and I like it a lot.
All right, Hercules. Some of the two movies I definitively do not like are Hercules and Mulan.
Last time you said it wasn't that you didn't like it. You just don't like it.
Mulan I never finished for reasons, and Hercules I just didn't like. I was bored by it.
Literally last week you said.
Yeah, but that was just to quell this interaction.
So Hercules is one of my all-time favorites for sure. It's definitely high up there. I think the music is incredible. Mm-hmm. And I cry at the end every single time. I know this is becoming a pattern. I'm sorry.
Sure.
But no, because there's like Phil is like the guy who trains Hercules.
Yeah, Danny DeVito.
Yeah, Danny DeVito.
Which I should like it. I love Danny DeVito.
Oh, don't tell him.
Don't tell him. When we meet him one day, when he's on the podcast.
When we have Danny DeVito on as a guest, he'll sit right here in the middle. And then we'll be like, okay,
in
Mr.
your room?
DeVito.
In your room?
Yeah. Mr. DeVito,
yep.
Actually, Thomas doesn't like Hercules.
Yeah.
And then
I don't
he's
think
going to kick you off, and then
but here's the thing, I love
podcast.
every other one of his movies. Every other one of them.
So I think you need to try again.
I'll even lie and say that I liked his version of Dumbo.
But no, at the end though, one of his goals is that one day he wants to have the gods create a constellation, and someone will be like, "Hey, Phil trained that guy," and then someone does. They say, "Hey, that's Phil's boy," and his eyes well up.
Yeah, and you started
sobbing.
I
started sobbing every time.
Hercules. Also, I want to point out I messed something up. Or I didn't shout out the people. So we have a friend. The person who said Tangled is our friend Knives.
Shout out to
the person who said Ratatouille is our friend Jaden. The person who said Hercules. I tried to combine those two words.
Gotcha.
Hercules is my friend Elena. She also wrote Motocrossed, and I have no idea what that is.
It's a decom, Thomas.
Okay, it's a decom.
It's a decom.
What does decom stand for?
Disney Channel original movie.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just Disney comedy.
No, Disney Channel original movie.
Okay.
It's a decom.
So it's like a Disney Channel movie. I've never heard of that one.
Like High School Musical, Camp Rock.
I know.
Lemonade Mouth.
Lemonade. I do love Lemonade.
I know you
Mouth
do.
A lot.
Actually, with the beanie, I feel like you could be in Lemonade.
Oh,
Mouth.
I was no, I
you
wasn't.
Could be
I was in Lemonade.
Oh,
Mouth.
you were?
Yeah.
Which one were you?
Extra number 1. That was the first one on the list.
Like I thought you were gonna say you were like the guy who did the rap.
No, I was the no, I was the guy that got arrested for like assault the other a few weeks ago.
He was recently on a podcast though, talking about that. I don't know what podcast.
Well, good for him. I'm glad he's moving on up in the world. No, I was the guy. You know, they're sitting at the like pizza place, and the guy jumps up on the table. Yeah. I was the guy that was, at the
you were
table.
moving the pizzas.
Yeah, no, I made the pizzas. I made those pizzas. I made the lemonade myself. It was a lot of work, a lot of lemons, but I made the lemonade in Lemonade Mouth. Makes sense. One that like after she throws up, she's like, "Oh, you know what I need." You remember she like starts throwing up because she's nervous about the performance, and she's like, "You know what I need? Nice lemonade.
Old lemonade.
A nice old sparkling lemonade."
Was it sparkling?
No, like carbonated lemonade.
Oh, okay. Oh, it was carbonated, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Why was it carbonated?
Y'all, lemonade is not maybe the sound. Yeah, lemonade is not the thing to drink after you throw up. I'm just gonna be real with you. That is not something you want to drink after you throw up.
Oh, shout out to my mom! My mom said Monsters Inc.
And we talked about that.
Yeah.
I think love Monsters Inc.
Mike Wazowski.
All right, and then Lily writes, whoa, that's a lot. Sleeping Beauty and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I don't remember a thing about any of those movies. So sorry, Lily. But and then she also writes Up or Finding Nemo.
Okay, those answers are more acceptable. What?
Lily, get better opinions, dog. I'm being honest here.
Sleeping Beauty is terrible.
Is it? I don't remember.
Bad.
I don't remember anything about it.
No, I just rewatched it in a quarantine.
My nose itchy. What have you done?
Sorry. No,
It's that restaurant we went to that made us start just choking.
It was a really good restaurant, but we walked in and couldn't breathe.
We couldn't breathe because it was a Mexican grocery store that had like a little cook in the back. And we go into the back, delicious. And I don't know what it was. If it
Shout
was
out to Rogelio's. Can we be sponsored by Rogelio's?
Is that what it's called?
I think so.
That's a great start. Rogelio's, yes. Please sponsor us.
We just said we couldn't breathe walking in there. That's not a good
start. That's because it's just the air is filled with such rich spices and aromas that we just we're choked up. Please sponsor us, please.
But no.
Up, I don't remember that.
Wait, no, Sleeping Beauty I rewatched during a quarantine, and I think it's the most boring movie. I don't think
it's the first one, isn't it? It's one of the first.
Snow White is.
Snow White. Okay.
Snow White is the first one.
I get those mixed up.
Which is also boring.
Well, because you're holding a movie from like the 1940s too.
Right.
But I still think if you don't, that argument only goes so far to me because it's like, okay, you still do enjoy the movie.
Yeah.
Regardless of if it's like an old one. I'm about to throw up. I'm getting really passionate about Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Only after I throw up.
Oh, okay. I'll get ready.
And then, okay, Finding Nemo is probably my second favorite movie under... my three are Monsters, Inc., Finding Nemo, and Moana.
Good choices.
Up, I don't remember that much about at all.
Up is beautiful.
I mean, of course,
so
everybody
pretty.
remembers the first scene.
Yeah. Emotional. I actually didn't cry last time.
Emotional. That's our review. Just put it in Apple. Like
emotional.
Emotional. 4 stars. Okay. I'd like to say but I didn't have an idea. Do we have enough time for this? How long have we been going?
We've been going a little while. We can do it quickly.
Yeah,
we have time. We have time.
And then we also have a story to get to. But while we're pulling something up, I just like kicked the water bottle. I was afraid it broke.
We would deal with it later.
Yeah, no, we just sit there and there's water all over my shoes. Yeah. That's how dedicated we are to you. To you and to our sponsor, Velveeta.
Rohelios.
Velveeta and Rohelios. Even though I think Rohelios would be very offended at the notion that they use Velveeta, you know?
That's fair.
But... Oh, sorry, I was going to mention the Mario movie.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we actually watched the trailer. We watched a few trailers today.
We did.
We watched the trailer to the Super Mario movie that's coming out from Illumination, the same people who brought you, like the Despicable Me and...
The Minions!
Yeah, the Minions.
Secret Life of Pets.
Secret Life of Pets. Sing, Hop.
The Lorax!
They do the Lorax?
Yeah.
Okay, and then Hop. Y'all remember Hop?
I forgot about Hop until we saw Hop.
But here's the thing, and I don't have that... I'll be honest, I don't have that high of an opinion of Illumination Studios.
I got Hop in an Easter basket one year.
You should have just sent it back. I don't have that high of an opinion of Illumination Studios. The Lorax was fine. I didn't like Despicable Me.
The Lorax is fine?
I didn't like Despicable Me. Maybe I don't like Danny DeVito.
Every week is our last episode. I don't know how we do this.
I didn't like Despicable Me. I just didn't. What are you doing?
Singing a song from the Lorax. I'm sorry.
Let it down, let it. So,
that's what I'm singing.
So, but this trailer, I would check it out if you were a skeptic like me, because I play video games. If you were a skeptic, if you were a doubter to the Super Mario Bros. Movie, it looks really good. Like, we both thought it was very impressive.
It's pretty.
It's very pretty. It is probably one of the prettier animation movies I've seen, really ever. At least from the trailer. Now, of course, they could always do the thing where like they make the trailer look really good, but I don't think that's the case.
No.
Because I think they know how much is riding on this movie, especially because it looks like Nintendo, the company behind the video game, it's more like Nintendo is making this movie and Illumination's like animating it rather than the other way around.
If you hadn't told me Jack Black was in it, I wouldn't have known.
So Jack Black plays the main villain, Bowser, and he doesn't sound like him.
Sounds beautiful. I'm not beautiful, strong.
It sounds beautiful.
Like he
sounds gorgeous.
No, but he sounds perfect. Yeah. Like you wouldn't hear Jack Black's voice.
Keegan-Michael Key is in it, and he
so great.
Doesn't sound like him at all either. But when I saw him, I was like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
He plays Toad, who's like an annoying little mushroom weird guy.
So perfect.
And I was like, this is perfect. Seth Rogen is not in the trailer. Anna Taylor-Joy is not in the trailer. So we don't know what they sound like yet. Chris Pratt, I think the internet is completely divided on Chris Pratt. Everyone's like, oh my god.
Well, I think everyone was pretty sure it was going to be bad.
Right.
And I think it's definitely not nearly as bad as anyone expected.
No, I think that especially with the video game community, not a video game community, they want to hate everything. By the way, I lied. I don't play video games. Those are the only video games I play, which most people say, oh, you don't play video games because you only play the old games. But I was surprised. Chris Pratt is fine. I don't think he's like, I wasn't like, but everyone in the comments is all either like, oh, this looks great, or Chris Pratt's going to ruin this movie. I was like, he's not.
Yeah, I think
the writing would ruin the movie.
Right.
And I don't know.
Already, I like it.
No,
the little penguin snowball guys.
The thing, and then
the guy like.
And then you see the villain is like actually someone that's like, okay, we can be scared of him because he literally just like burned down entire kingdom
a real,
by himself.
Real villain, yeah.
Yeah, and he like, I don't think they, wouldn't that be funny if it's like, not funny, but not in the trailer, but like in the actual movie, it's like, oh, this is a kid's movie, they're throwing things, and then they just, you watch all the penguins get just brutally murdered, and like, like it's like, it's that kind of movie. We really do have to fear this guy. We really do have to fear Jack Black.
Oh my gosh.
Jack Black's a terrifying villain. It was like, man, my kids loved it, but they didn't like the little penguin genocide scene. Otherwise, it was a great movie.
And then we don't have to talk about this too much, but a couple of them we'll mention. So we also watched the trailer for Strange World. And
horrible.
It doesn't look very good.
It doesn't look good at all. It looks like
you said it perfectly.
So the style, it looks exactly like Encanto and Big Hero 6.
Specifically Big Hero 6.
Specifically Big Hero 6, but worse. Like the quality of the animation is worse than in Big Hero 6. But the story is just Atlantis. The story is literally just Atlantis, except for there's like a weird dad plot. Like, we found our dad.
Okay, so Big Hero 6, Atlantis, and Onward.
I never watched it Onward, but...
Well, it has to do with finding your dad.
Okay.
So...
Except for they find the dad, like, literally within the trailer.
That's one of the things you should see in the movie.
That's one of the things that, like, trailers... I typically avoid trailers.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they show too much.
I used to have a friend, though, who would close his eyes when we would go to the movie theaters because he didn't want to see trailers.
Yeah, because sometimes they show almost the whole movie.
And I remember being like, just watch the trailer, but now I'm like, well, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
If you want to be surprised, I get it.
Like I think to bring it back, the Mario movie trailer was perfect because it was like, okay, you see this character.
You see what you need to see.
But you only see Chris Pratt for like 30 seconds.
Less than.
Less than 30 seconds.
I mean,
he just says two
2
lines.
2 lines.
So it's like, okay, I know enough. I know that this movie looks pretty. I know that, okay, this is the bad guy and he is powerful. That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
And Jack Black is good because I always like Jack Black.
He's great.
I always like Jack. I can't think of a Jack Black movie I don't like.
Yeah.
Like Kung Fu Panda. School of Rock's one of my favorite movies ever.
I actually haven't seen it.
Yeah, I love it.
So maybe that's your choice. Maybe we watch
Ooh, that's a great choice. Yeah. Actually, that's great.
Okay, and then real quick, we'll just touch on it for a second. So we found out they are making. At first, I thought it was a Mufasa movie. But they're making a Mufasa, I think, TV show. Is it TV show or is it a movie? Now I don't remember.
Oh, I really hope it's not a movie or a TV show.
Actually, it might be a movie.
I want to get this over with.
I can't remember. But they're making a story about Mufasa, the Lion King, and we have shared opinions on it.
Yeah, so our opinion is that's stupid. So I think I don't need, this could be me, I don't need to know everything about a character.
Right.
I think that what we get in The Lion King is perfect. Okay, he's the king. He's trying to make amends with his brother, but his brother just hates him. I don't need to see why that happened, because it's probably just gonna be some dumb, weird. Oh no, their parents died, and then it was just them. Like some like cheesy thing that always happens.
What I'm scared of is I'm scared because Mufasa's death in The Lion King is one of the most, it's a bad way to say it, but iconic Disney deaths.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Top 10. It's at least top 3.
But like, it's a traumatic moment in your childhood
and
when
you
Mufasa
don't want
dies.
it to be like, oh, I hate this character.
I don't want it to be cheapened. I don't want it to, like
how would they do that?
Like them to, if they ruin Mufasa's character or anything like that, like it just, I wish they would let him rest.
Yeah.
Let him rest forever.
No, yeah, just...
we understood Mufasa. He said beautiful lines that, like, you'll never forget.
Yeah, beautiful lines.
But, yeah, so...
And here's the thing. If James Earl Jones isn't in it...
Ooh.
If he isn't in it, I don't care anyways.
Right.
But I also don't want him to be in it because everything he has is perfect and I don't want him to be attached to this thing that ruins it.
Are they going to make it, like... him when he was a kid so that it's a different voice or something?
I hope they should pick a different voice actor if they're going to do it.
No, yeah, but I don't know.
They just have James Earl Jones' voice, but it's just like pitch change.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do this quickly. There aren't too many questions on this.
Okay, so what's the quiz?
It is your soulmate is a combo of 2 Disney princes. Here's yours. And it says, love is an open door.
By Nora Dominic.
Thanks, Nora.
Thanks, Nora.
She looks really sweet.
She works for BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed staff. Okay, first question. First, what quality do you look for in a significant other? We kind of already did this, but we'll say it again. Sense of humor, passion, generosity, confidence, loyalty, empathy.
Why'd you say empathy like that? Empathy.
That's a big one.
Ooh, I mean, all those are good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm deciding between confidence and sense of humor.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you would pick empathy.
I'll go sense of humor. No. Is that why you said it like that? Like empathy.
No.
I'll go sense of humor.
Oh, that's what I was gonna go with.
Okay. Maybe
okay.
we'll have the same Disney soulmate and then we'll have to fight over them.
Well, that'd be funny. Okay, pick a vacation spot.
This is yours.
This is mine, yeah. Maui, Rome, Santorini. I see it.
Greece.
London, Paris, or Bangkok?
Bangkok.
Uh-huh. Okay, I'm gonna go Rome because I'm thinking of the other Disney Channel original movie, Lizzie McGuire, and I think she goes to Rome. Maybe I'm wrong.
I
think she goes to Rome. You haven't seen Lizzie McGuire?
No.
Oh my gosh.
No, there was a TV show, wasn't there?
Yeah, but they made a movie.
I saw the TV show.
They made a movie.
I'll go Bangkok because
Gordo.
I was supposed to go to Bangkok last summer, but that was robbed of me. Or robbed from me. Taken from me. By COVID.
Okay, choose
That's my backstory. That's Mufasa's backstory.
He was supposed to go on a trip.
He was supposed to go on a trip.
But then there was a global pandemic.
Scar got...
Scar
was
started.
supposed to study abroad, and then the COVID hit, and then...
Does that make you Scar and me Mufasa? What?
I mean, yeah.
Ha! I'm okay with that.
It means you die.
But
I guess I died too, don't I?
No. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
you die?
I hope they don't make another movie and it's like, actually, the hyenas didn't kill Scar, and then I'd be like, that's stupid.
No, I think it's
that was the
pretty
perfect
clear.
ending to him.
Yeah. Okay, choose a live-action Disney princess. We don't need to say their names, do we?
Cinderella, Belle, Jasmine,
Yeah.
Shuri, Giselle, or Leia.
Yeah.
I'll go Leia because I love Star Wars.
Is this yours?
That's mine.
Okay.
Wait, I think so.
Yeah, Leia, and then I'm absolutely going Giselle because Enchanted is amazing.
I do love Enchanted a lot.
And because I'm not a big fan of the remakes. We can talk about that another time. Not that I don't like them, they're just not my favorite.
Sure.
Okay. What rom-com cliche can you not help but love? Chasing the love of your life across the country. An already attractive person gets a makeover. Using someone's ex in order to make them jealous.
No, I don't like that one.
Going from enemies to lovers. A love triangle between BFFs. Falling in love with your best friend. I am going with an already attractive person gets a makeover, thinking of the Princess Diaries.
Okay, all right. Okay, so using someone's ex, that's stupid. Love triangle is also stupid. Why on earth would you want that? I'll go enemies to lover. Enemies to lovers.
Good choice. Okay, which TV couple would you want to go on a double date with? That's a fun question. Okay, Jake and Amy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Damon and Elena from The Vampire Diaries.
If you choose that one, you're just wrong. They would not be fun to go on a date with. Double date with.
Cheryl and Tony from Riverdale. I don't know. Meredith and Derek from Grey's Anatomy. Something from Shadowhunters and something. And then David and Patrick from Schitt's Creek. I'm going David and Patrick.
Ooh, okay.
Wait, this is yours.
Yeah. Okay, so not Damon and Elena, not Cheryl and Tony. I don't know anything about... I don't think the people from Grey's Anatomy would be particularly fun to hang out with.
They're a mess of a relationship.
Yeah.
If you're wanting something messy, that would be good.
That would be fun to watch.
Yeah.
But for like the fun factor, I'll go Jake and Amy from
That's what I was
Brooklyn
thinking.
Nine-Nine. They seem like they'd be fun to watch.
Okay.
But like in a nice way, not in like I'm watching a...
Okay, choose a romantic quote from a Disney movie. I look at you and I'm home. Is that a romantic quote? That's from Finding Nemo. That's Dory. She's talking to Marlin.
Oh, I don't want that.
Am I wrong?
I don't like that headcanon.
Whoa.
No, I do not like Dory and Marlin.
Maybe I'm wrong. But that's what okay.
I don't think that's... Yeah, I don't believe you.
I think that's what she says. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. My love is not fragile. I don't know what that's from. Love always finds a way. It's true. You were my new dream. People do crazy things when they're in love, and you are my greatest adventure. I'm going people do crazy things when they're in love.
Okay.
Because that's Hercules.
Okay.
And she like literally goes she dies for him.
Oh right.
And then he like goes to get her.
Yeah, that's not a healthy relationship, ladies. I'm just
No, it was okay.
No.
Nobody was okay for this. It wasn't on purpose. She was saving him.
I'll go You're My Greatest Adventure. I still don't know what that is, but Up, okay.
Ooh. And finally, pick a celeb to play your love interest in a movie. Tom Holland, Kristen
I know your
Stewart,
answer.
Michael B. Jordan, Oscar Isaac, Zendaya, or I don't know who that is.
Jodie Comer. Coomer.
Who's my answer?
Your answer is Michael B. Jordan.
Heck yeah,
because
it is.
It should be.
It's the right answer.
I won't go Michael B. Jordan though.
Michael B. Jordan.
Whoa. hey.
In case he's listening.
Listen. I'm just saying. We have Velveeta and.
Because he's single right now.
He just got divorced.
No, he wasn't.
Just broke up.
Yeah, he was dating Steve Harvey's daughter.
All right, so does that mean all right? All engines are go? Like what?
I'm just saying, if you're watching.
Full steam ahead.
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan. We have a podcast.
Yeah, you're welcome to be a guest.
Barely Besties. You may have heard of us.
Okay, pick one.
I won't go Michael B. Jordan, even though that's the right answer.
It is the right
I don't want to steal your man's.
Appreciate that.
I'll do a curveball. I'll go Kristen Stewart.
Okay, all right.
That's just the answer. Like everyone's like, oh.
Oh, you got. That's the best possible answer. Okay, hold on. Let me do mine. And then we'll talk about it. Oh my gosh, this is also a great answer. I'm so happy. Okay. Let's do yours first. I'm really happy about both of our answers.
It's my soulmate is a combination of two Disney princes. So my two. Back up.
You really?
My soulmate is a combination of Kristoff and Flynn Rider.
And when you first got that, I was like, oh, I'm so jealous. Mine can't compete, but mine's pretty close.
Yours is pretty close.
And do we read it or do we just say that's it?
The soulmate is a combo of Kristoff from Frozen and Flynn from Tangled. Like Kristoff, you love someone who is confident and who loves... Okay, I'm bored already.
Okay, yeah. All right, mine though it's Aladdin and Hercules, which my like two Disney celebrity crushes for sure are Eugene Fitzherbert, Flynn Rider, and Aladdin. Those are my top two, and they like fight for the top spot.
Okay.
But so having Aladdin and Hercules, which I've talked about all episode. Like Aladdin, you want to be with someone who loves exploring the world, glad I took you for a journey. You want someone who leads with the heart, attract someone who isn't afraid to chase their dreams.
All right.
We did it!
Yeah.
Cool.
So we're never going to talk about... Don't shut that... Don't shut it. She always just shut the laptop, which is what we're recording on. So we're never going to talk about Disney again. Never again.
Never ever?
Mickey Mouse, you've had your time to shine on the Barely Besties podcast, but it's all over.
Yeah.
So, the story of the week this week, which we were going to read last week, but we didn't.
I'm just checking.
Is so it's on Reddit, and it's a subreddit called Today I Messed Up. TIFU. Today I Messed Up. So, this one is, today I messed up by wearing a shawl, which ruined my relationship with my girlfriend.
What?
Minor background. I'm a pretty affectionate, and at times, effeminate dude. I'm 6'2", and I have a pretty tough guy background in that I was in the Special Forces a while ago, and my roommates all served as well. But I also have thin wrists.
Is he wanting us to make
girly little thin wrists? I don't know. What does that mean?
No, he's just letting you know.
Compare wrists. Boom. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, but okay. Well, I mean, I know what it means, but why does that...
Okay, keep going.
I also have thin wrists and sit on my friends' laps and blow kisses to them and stuff like that. I'm not gay. I'm just me. So I was... That's just a great line. I love that.
It really is.
So a while ago, I was in a shop with a roommate a few weeks ago. So while I was in a shop with a roommate a few weeks ago, I saw these really cool shawls, which is like a sort of scarf that you drape. It's like a sort of like a poncho, but it sort of like comes over your head.
Yeah.
We both couldn't get the shawls out of our head. He returned last weekend to buy them, and now we use these shawls. Mine makes me look like a Star Wars character, and his looks like an outlaw Josie Wales. And they are seriously awesome shawls. The first night we wore them, everyone at the dive bar we went to, i.e. dudes, thought that we were awesome as well.
Okay.
Then this girl and her friend arrive on invite from his friend, who he refers to for the rest of the thing as Shawl Bro.
Oh no.
So his friend invited these two girls, and they were seriously turned off by our sweet shawls, acting pretty weird around them and making comments.
Man.
Whatever. By the way, you cringe. I think Shawl Bro is adorable. I think calling your best friend Shawl Bro is adorable.
You never call me your Shawl Bro.
We'll wear a shawl and then
we'll buy shawls.
We could be Beanie Bros.
No, I
you don't have a beanie. And you're just Bianca. That hurt me saying that.
I didn't. Aw, thank you.
Okay. So, whatever. So, I get a call from my girlfriend. She's tired and wants to hang out at my place. So, I bid these girls and Shawl Bro adieu and head home. I love this guy. I don't know why you're cringing. I think this guy's awesome.
I'm just scared of wherever this is going to go.
I'm still wearing the shawl when my girlfriend arrives, and she's also really taken aback. She won't even kiss me until I take it off.
What?
We go to sleep, and the next morning she starts asking me if I'm gay. She's really serious and aggressive about it. I tell her I'm not, and if I was, I'd definitely know by now, and she counters her major evidence of the fact that I own a shawl.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway, she gets weird and leaves, and then she sends me a text later saying she's sorry and that she needs to think about the kind of man she wants, and then doesn't contact me for days. So yesterday I invite her out, and she's stumbling over her words and talking about how she likes tough guys and how she grew up in the South and needs to get used to the big city. But she doesn't know this or that. And eventually I just tell her politely to leave because I'm insulted at this point.
Okay.
On the way back, now that I'm not directly in front of her, I get this long apologetic text from her, but at the crux of it is that, yeah, she's just not into me anymore because I wore a shawl.
Wow.
Later on, I tell Shawl Bro about this, and he said that he also had a blowout with a girl he had been seeing over his shawl the same night we went out.
What?
Just the girl dumped him because...
I know, but
we are both going to keep wearing the shawls, though. They are warm. And then she's her edit. She's a nice girl. She's not picking up what I'm putting down. So this is the picture.
Is that the whole thing? That's the whole story?
Yeah.
That's where the story ends?
Yeah, it's just so this is the picture.
He looks like Bruno.
I don't think he was expecting us, like, do you think that when he was posting that, he was expecting two dudes on the internet to roast him?
No, I didn't mean it as a roast.
So
and Bruno wasn't even wearing a shawl, but like, it looks like Bruno with like a hood and...
Yeah. Okay, so I brought that up because I bought you these yeah, I don't know, he's not asking any questions here. He's just, I don't like I guess I understand why he put it in the Reddit of like, oh, I messed up, here's the story.
Yeah.
I don't think he messed up though. I think that like he just wanted to buy something and then his girl just didn't like it.
2 girls apparently.
Well, yeah.
And 4 girls because the 2 girls.
Yeah, dang.
Wow.
Girls don't like shawls, apparently.
You know what this means?
Ladies, do you like shawls?
This means when we have merch eventually, one of them has to be a shawl. So what's
barely bestie shawl.
T-shirts, stickers, buttons, and a shawl.
And a shawl. Not even t-shirts, we just have shawls.
Okay, exclusively shawls.
Okay, so I have a question for you then.
Sure.
If you're like the perfect guy and he pulls up in a shawl, how would you feel? Because I think it's not unreasonable to say, okay, I don't personally think that shawl looks good on you.
Mm-hmm.
It's another thing to be like, listen, you're just not the kind of man I want. Like, that's like ridiculous to me. But,
yeah.
And also being like, I grew up in the South. I would wear a shawl. Come
Whoa.
at me.
Whoa.
Listen, I know it's not practical.
You'd wear a shawl?
It's not.
Whoa.
Are you gay? And that's just an insulting.
No, that's just dumb.
That's just insulting.
That's just dumb.
But so it's like, I probably wouldn't wear a shawl. Just personal taste.
You just said you would.
I would out of
I'll never trust you
I would
again.
out of solidarity. For the original poster and Shawl Bro. I want to be a Shawl Bro.
You want to be a Shawl Bro.
But it's too hot here in the South to have shawls.
So you're gonna move
to wear shawls? I'm gonna move to the big city.
In the big city?
Whatever she said, like, oh, I'm just not used to the big city. Okay, now you're just being weirdly like homophobic for some reason. Yeah. Like, I'm just not used to the big city where all the guys wear shawls. God, that's such. I hate that. Oh, I just don't understand city life. The men dress like women. No, shut up. No, they don't.
Oh my gosh. But what would I do?
Yeah, how do you feel about shawls? What's your take on shawls? This isn't a microphone.
Like,
that's just water. Drink some water and think about your opinion on shawls.
No, I honestly don't know if I've like seen people like wear shawls very often.
Yeah, there's definitely a statement piece.
I don't have an opinion on it.
You've seen this guy wear a shawl.
Let me see him again. I don't like it.
It looks. I don't understand. Well, of course, it's just stupid, but I don't understand the whole, oh, that's what women wear. It looks like just a crop top hoodie.
Like, well, I think for certain, a shawl is not reason enough to break up with someone or to say no, absolutely not about something.
Right.
But clearly there's other issues there.
Yeah, I mean, it does, or she could just be awful. I think that's what I mean.
She has issues.
But so it gets to the point, though, I think it's an interesting question. Obviously, you shouldn't break up with someone because of what they wear. But is there a point where you can say, hey, I really don't like when you wear that? Like where is that line? Because obviously, like we were talking about on our old podcast, it was like, okay, am I being unreasonable by asking my boyfriend when we're having dinner with my parents to not wear like a tank top? And of course, I would say yes. If he's meeting your parents, he shouldn't wear a tank top.
Right.
Like that's ridiculous to me.
That seems standard.
But what if she said, okay, I don't want you to wear the shawl with my parents? You know, like is that different?
I think it's different depending on how she says it. If she says, I don't want you to wear a shawl versus if she says, I want you to wear this. There's two different things.
But so we're agreeing though that like I don't think it's wrong of her if this is the scenario to say, hey, I don't want him to wear the shawl to meet my parents. It's just how she approaches that. Yeah. But this just seems in general.
But I'm trying not to actually. I want to be very clear. I'm not on her side.
No.
Not on her side. In the scenario you just made up.
In the scenario I made up where it's they're meeting the parents.
Yeah.
But
no, she's absolutely wrong.
Right, but it does get to the point where like, okay, how much? Not necessarily how much say should you have in what your partner wears, but like, when is it acceptable to say, hey, I personally just don't like that. You know, I honestly think. It's closed. Don't mention it at all. You know, unless it's like something that's could be deemed inappropriate for what you're doing.
Yeah, I think for me, I have a very particular, specific style. Mm-hmm. I don't have a word for it, but like I wear things that I wear.
Sure.
And I don't think I'd respond well if a like partner or whatever was like, hey, I don't like it when you wear that.
Yeah.
I don't care what you. That's what I like. I like it.
And also you dress traditionally female and I dress traditionally male. So I mean, to get to that point, that's just a ridiculous point, and I think in general. But
it is.
It's one of those things though. It's like, okay, I think you're entitled to have a type though. Like
I think.
Like, if she happens to go for men who dress more traditionally masculine or dress more traditionally, like, in whatever her definition of manly is, go for it. But I think breaking up with someone because they wore one thing that doesn't immediately fit that is weird. Yeah, I think that, honestly, just don't break up with them at all over their clothes. I think that it's completely acceptable. Like, I've had girlfriends in the past who are like would buy me something and say, hey, I think you'd look good in this, and it would maybe not my style, but of course I was just like, okay, I'll wear it.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's acceptable, just sort of like slightly nudging them into like, hey, I want you to wear this.
At least wear it once or twice and be like, see, I wore it.
But here's the thing, most of the time they were right.
No.
But so I've just learned that like women know what I look better than I do, I think is what I've learned. But yeah, that's just it is. I think that we
got comments when you wore the sweater.
We did?
Oh yeah, like, oh, he looks good in that sweater.
I think you're lying to me.
No, my mom liked your sweater.
Oh, okay, that's all I need. Yeah. So I read this story because of course it's not a happy ending, but he seems to be taking it in good stride, and I think he realizes
dodged a bullet.
He dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
Because he seems so happy about it. He's like, my
Shawl bro.
I got Shawl bro. I got like he just seems so happy. He's like, I look like a Star Wars character. This is great.
Which, by the way, that does not look like a Star Wars character.
I bet it makes him feel like one.
Okay, you're right.
So it's like,
what? It's about how you feel.
Here's the thing, though, that we don't think about.
Yeah.
How much did this cost? Maybe that's why she left him. He was like, oh, I spent $200 on a shawl.
I don't think that's the case.
I'm just saying, I could consider breaking up with a guy if he spent $200 on a shawl.
Okay, but they're also clearly not in a stage of the relationship where they're like sharing money or anything. So like, what do you care?
That's true.
What do you care that they spent money?
No, that's true. But like,
I say more because I spend $200.
Yeah, you spent $200 on a shawl. You're about to spend $200 on the shawl.
On glasses.
You were about to spend $200 on glasses.
On glasses toppers.
Yeah, so not even like actual glasses. That you don't wear for the podcast. She wears glasses normally, but like just to keep the like image going, we couldn't have two people wearing glasses.
I mean, how would you be able to tell us apart?
No, seriously, we'd be just like twins.
Yeah.
Especially when I shave.
And when I grow out my beard.
Yeah, when you grow out your beard. No, when you grow out your beard and I shave, we could, like,
gosh.
Yeah, then you wear the glasses and I'll wear no glasses.
You wear a little bow.
I wear the bow.
Thing.
I wear the traditionally female clothes, and then my girlfriend, who doesn't exist, breaks up with me.
Deal.
Deal. I just feel like I'm losing out a lot more on this deal than you are, actually.
I have to grow a beard.
That is strenuous.
That won't be easy. I think. All right. Anyways, we've been going.
We've been going a long time. We actually but this isn't our longest episode yet.
No, it's not. Last week was, right? Last
week was like a 1 hour and 9 minutes. We're about at 1 hour now, so we're just gonna cut it. That's enough for you guys. You guys have earned enough. You guys don't deserve us for any longer time than this.
It's never enough, Thomas. They can never have enough. You know why? Because we're bearable. If we were unbearable...
then they wouldn't be listening.
If we were unbearable, this would be our problem.
Well, the show's name was almost just Unbearable Besties.
Right.
Do you remember that?
I do, briefly. But I was like, we're not unbearable. We're a little
Yeah,
bearable.
No, that was the reasoning, because I thought Unbearable Besties was like, not slick, but like, okay, that's
yeah, it's nice. And then I was like, we're a little bit bearable.
And then I said barely bearable.
Oh, look at that. We ended on a cute story.
Yeah.
Throwback.
I feel like I was at work when this was happening. You were probably at work too, but I remember I was texting you and I said, I got it.
Yeah,
and I remember I was folding, because I work at a clothes store, I was folding, like, the kids, like, Nike shirts.
So you don't usually send me, like, a lot of texts in a row. I send you a lot of texts in a row. And
we used to have a rule, which we need to implement
We're not going to implement again. It's too late. We've been besties for too long.
Dang it. It used to be no more than 4 texts at a time. But
he said no more than 4, and for a while I respected it. I would send 4 and then
but now I asked again, and because it's always this thing. Whenever I'm doing something, it's like bzz, 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 over and over again. But no. Yeah, because it doesn't affect you.
But no, you sent me like multiple texts in a row, and I was at work like, I wonder what's going on. And
there's that.
And it was that, and
we should have screenshotted that. We gotta go back.
We talk so much.
Yeah, we gotta go back 4 months.
We talk so much.
That's why you're doing it.
Okay, I can do it.
Right after you edit the podcast.
Okay, deal. I'll do it. Okay.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Barely Besties. Once again, I'm Thomas.
I'm Bianca.
Bye.
Bye. Here we go. I'm so sorry. I'm the worst person in the world.
I mean, Hitler was pretty bad.
Thanks.
Got your back.